Okay, hello. I have not filmed in a very long time, and things are a bit fucked today because I had planned to film today because it was going to be a really good video, and I lost my SD cards. I was dog sitting for my family a few weeks ago. I think I left them at their place, and I don't have an SD card to film on my main camera with. So then I was like, you know what, fuck this, I have to go get the session done. I'm running so late today anyway. And then I was like, no, I'm going to film on my iPhone. So we got a bit of a scuff set up now. My phone's like propped up on a box and a water bottle. But I want to recap of what's happened over the last few weeks, basically what's going to happen moving forward. So from the title of this video, basically we're going for a world's first. This is like unheard of. Right now I am a little bit over 8 weeks out from bodybuilding state titles, a little bit over 9 weeks out from nationals, which is the pro qualifier. And I'm actually 8 days out from powerlifting nationals. Surprise, I'm doing powerlifting nationals mid bodybuilding prep. Oh no, double surprise, I'm doing 2 meets in 1 day. No one's done that before. Why has no one done that before? Because it's really fucking stupid. Why am I doing it? Straight love for the game. I love to powerlift, I love lifting weights, I love bodybuilding, I love it all. And I thought it would be really fun, and I thought it would be a cool challenge, and I want to do it. So, here we are. Basically what's happened, bodybuilding prep's been awesome. The last video I think was 17 weeks out. At like 12 weeks out, I basically did a full mock peak week. I lost weight really fast. I was uncomfortably lean, I was cramping, everything was fucking crazy, I looked hectic. I haven't filmed YouTube videos because I've just been super focused on training, and I decided, fuck it, we're gonna do nationals, I can put some weight back on, and then I can just push really hard for 7 weeks post-nationals for bodybuilding prep. And that's the plan, that's where we are now. So the plan for today's session, because I'm doing 2 meets in 1 day, so the structure of the day is gonna be next Saturday on the day of nationals. Actually, no, I'll give you the full rundown for, okay, let me explain that first. So juniors, it starts in the morning. Juniors nationals will start at 9 a.m. I will do my squat, bench, and deadlift, my 3 attempts of each. I will have a little break at lunchtime, and then I will go straight into men's opens nationals, where I'll do a second round of squat, bench, and deadlift. So I will be doing 18 squat, bench, and deadlifts in the 1 day. Anyone that's done powerlifting meet knows how fucking insane that is. I don't think anyone's ever done 2 meets in 1 day before, let alone 8 weeks out from a bodybuilding show whilst already highly conditioned. So there's my little claim to fame. There's my little world's first. Exciting. So plan for today is to do a practice run for those 2 meets. So I was meant to go to the gym at 9 a.m. I slept in, and then I had a big breakfast, and then I couldn't find my SD card for an hour. And now it's like 1 p.m. So we're not going to start until like 2 p.m. So I fucked that up. So I'm going to do 3 rounds of SBD at 2 p.m. until about 4 p.m. Take a little break for an hour or two, and then do another round of SBD, probably till about 6 p.m. And then I'm going to do a full body workout, because it's my last proper workout before peak week for nationals. So we're doing 3 workouts today, basically. 2 full SBD workouts and a full body workout. Then I'm going to take Saturday and Sunday off. It's Friday today. Then Monday, we're going to hit a 70% SBD session and some like RPE 7 accessories. Tuesday, rest day. Wednesday, we'll hit a like 40% SBD session and some like RPE 5, 6 accessories. Thursday, I will rest, and Thursday I'm flying out to Queensland for nationals. And I will also start starving myself and cutting water and cutting weight, because I want to get my weight down as low as possible to get my DOT score as high as possible. So I am taking this very seriously. I'm not just pulling up. I'm trying for a good score here. Friday morning, I will weigh in at 9 a.m. I will continue to starve myself all day Friday, and then I will weigh in again Friday afternoon at 3 p.m. for men's opens. And then I will refeed from 3 p.m. until about 10 p.m. with a lot of calories and a lot of fluid and a lot of water, which I will also film and document. And then nice early night, and Saturday will be nationals, and it will be live streamed. I will do 2 meets in 1 day. I will probably go home and sleep for about 14 hours. I will probably be a wreck on Sunday. There's the awards on Sunday night, and then I will fly back Monday morning. I will chill out on Monday. I will do a session still, so I'll still do my workout. And then Tuesday, we will be in full force with cardio and everything else. And the workouts next week will be more like bodybuilding style, high rep pump, like less fatiguing work. More fatigue in the muscle, less fatigue in the like nervous system kind of thing. And then the week following, back into the normal like low volume style training, but with lots of cardio, and I'll break down the cardio plan, where I'm at bodybuilding prep wise after nationals, and diet wise after nationals. There'll be a video very shortly after that. So I'm going to be on very low calories and a very high amount of cardio, and we're going to be pushing for a really freaky stage look. But that's basically the plan for the next week. We're going to get into the workout now. There's not too much to say, and I'm running late, so I guess anything else I want to say, I will say afterwards. Goal numbers for the meet. Look, I had 2 options, basically. Go balls to the walls in juniors, and then just put up whatever I can in men's opens, or hold back in juniors and try and match numbers in opens. So, like, for option A, which is go balls to the wall in juniors, try for like a 300 squat, like a 210 pause bench or a 215 pause bench, and like a 300 plus deadlift. And then, you know, in men's opens, I might have put up like a 270 squat and like a 200 bench and like a 280 deadlift because I'd be fried. Or alternatively, I go safe numbers and I go like a 280 squat in both and like a 200 bench in both and like a 300 deadlift in both. I'm just going to go balls to the wall in juniors. This might be my last juniors meet. I was possibly doing a meet at the end of the year, at the very end of the calendar year, like in December, because I won't be a junior next year. But as far as I'm aware, this is my best chance to get a really good juniors dots in. So I think I'm going to go balls to the wall in juniors and then just go balls to the wall in men's open. Balls to the walls on everything, in everything. So balls deep. It's just going to be hectic. It's going to be fucking hardcore. And I think with that, I'm going to cut away to me warming up on squats basically for the first round of squats. And then I guess we'll do a little check-in midway through after the first round of SBD.
When you're holding me down, you said you hate me. I know you just staring at me. All your problems start out talking me. Cause it's toxic, exhausting, honestly. Done with all of the games that you play with my brain. Know you win, and I say that I'm going insane. You love when you end, you that I never change. And I say, yours, yours. You
Okay, so that's the first round of SBD done. I'm really fried already. It's like 6 p.m. I started at like 2:30 p.m. There's a pasta place that's like a 5-minute walk away from here. So I'm just filming in my car because I feel weird filming in public. So I'm going to walk to the pasta place, try and eat something because honestly, I feel a bit sick, just from fatigue and stimulants and whatnot. Try and eat some pasta, go back, fucking do another round of SBD, try and eat more pasta after that, go back, do a full body workout, and then we'll be done. It'll end up being like 9 hours in the gym. It's just what I got to get it done. This is like the dress rehearsal plus a full body workout for 8 days time for nationals, because obviously 2 meets in 1 day. In terms of lifts so far, 270 squat, move the best it's ever moved. That's probably what I'll open with. I think I can hit that at my absolute worst very comfortably, very safely. And then I'll probably jump to 290, which I'm also very confident I can hit very safely. Might just be hard if it's a bad day. I did load up 300, and honestly, I'm kicking myself because I think it was there, but I didn't back myself. Sorry, my arms are tired, so I gotta find a way to, yeah, there we go, hold the phone. Yeah, I walked it out, and it's annoying because I just had this 1 second of doubt where I was like, no, and you don't want to fail this right before the meet. But I think the 300 squats there, and I think it's definitely going to be there. I think I actually might have more than 300 on meet day. So I made the call to just walk it back in and not fail it, just for the sake of my mental, and being confident on the day of the comp. But I think, yeah, for juniors in the morning, 270, 290, and then either 300 or maybe even 305, 310, depending on how 290 feels. But worst case, 290. Bench, 200 moved really well. It actually moved better than 190. I think 210 is there. I just had a lot of pec tendon pain, which is probably because I had a hot mineral bath 2 days ago, and that dehydrates me. But that's not going to be the case on meet day. And I could have been better hydrated and fed, which impacts my bench the most out of my big 3 lifts. But that's fine. I'm confident that, like, I think on meet day, the plan for bench will be like 190, 200, and then somewhere between 205 and 215. I don't think I've got 220 pause, but you know what? Miracles can happen. Who knows? What's that saying? Shoot for the moon, fall in the stars, or whatever it is. And then deadlift, pull 300 strapless. That's technically a PR. I've never pulled it without straps before. And on meet day, I'm pretty confident I will have over 300. So meet day plan for that's probably like 280 opener, 300, and then 310, 320, whatever it might be. But anyway, that's a little recap of everything that just happened. I had like some jelly snakes and Gatorades between each lift and like a 30, 45 minute break. And now I'm going to get some food. I'll take a little video of whatever I eat to show you guys. I probably should have filmed the gummy snakes and Gatorade, but whatever. And then we're going to do another round of SBD, and then I'm going to have another meal, and then I'm going to do a full body workout, and then we'll do a little outro. So I will show you guys the food, and then we're going to be back doing another round of squats.
asking, show me what's within. Hold me as the night gets cold. Feel the time get slow. Too much time to waste. Is this life I make? Breaking through to you. Too much time to waste. Is this life I make? Breaking through to you. Too much time to waste. Is this life I make? Breaking through to you. Too much time to waste. Is this life I make? Breaking through to you. The night can't stop us. Nobody can turn us down. Oh, the night can't stop us. Once we sing this anthem loud. Oh, when you hear the music stops, then you can hear my heartbeat beat loud. Oh, when you hear the crowd around, then you can hear my heartbeat beat loud. La 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 la, la 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 Oh, the night can't stop us. Nobody can turn us down. Oh, the night can't stop us. Once we sing this anthem loud. Oh, when you hear.
What's up? It is it's the next night now. I was fucked when I got home last night, and my phone was gonna die, so I didn't film the outro. We'll film it tonight. There's been some things weighing on my mind. I'm not even sure if it's something I want to put in a video because I don't know if it's appropriate, but we'll recap yesterday's session first, then I'll see how I feel. Basically, the biggest struggle with the comp day is going to be managing the 18 lifts in one day. Powerlifting is already a very delicate game of balancing your squat, bench, and deadlift to make sure you're not, exerting so much force on one that you impede your performance on another. There's no point in squatting 300 if it means you're going to bench 200 when you could squat 295 and bench 210. You've gone for a 5 kilo heavier squat for a 10 kilo lighter bench. It's not worth it. And I put up the numbers on my Instagram story yesterday. I can't remember what they were. I think I can probably spitball it off the top of my head. I think the rough goal will be like a 290 to 310 squat in juniors. So 9 AM juniors, right? And this is my third attempt for everything. Don't worry about the first 2 attempts. My third attempt squat will be a 290 to 310 kilo squat. My bench will be a 205 to 215, maybe 220 kilo bench. It will just see how I feel in the day. My biggest concern with the bench is my tendons. As a lot of you know, I have torn my left pec twice. A very high grade 2. It was almost completely ruptured and detached. It was hanging on by a thread. My right pec once, which was a low grade 2, so it was a very small rupture. And then my left pec again, which was just a very severe strain. It didn't quite rupture. And I get a lot of chronic tendon pain as a result of that. And the biggest thing for me is you'll often watch, like, I might bench 200 kilos or 4.5 plates or 440 pounds like it's the bar, and then I load up, 20 pounds or 10 kilos more, and I won't even come close. And because basically what happens is I move it a few inches off my chest, and all I feel is my tendons, and I don't want to risk snapping or tearing something again. It's the biggest thing with injuries is the performance psychology coming back from them, because there's obviously going to be a lot of anxiety over injuries reoccurring, because they're normally prone to. So the biggest thing with my bench and how I perform bench will be how I feel in the day. 205's in the tank, no question about it. It's just a matter of I would like to hit 210 plus paused in comp, because in the last comp I hit 205, and I'm always striving for improvement, even though it's quite a small time frame between the powerlifting comps, and I'm also in a bodybuilding prep at a lower body weight, so but I chose for those variables to be there, so I can't complain. They're not excuses. They're just circumstances that I put myself in. And then for deadlift, I would like 300 to 320 kilograms for my third attempt, and I'm very tired and very hungry right now. It's very late on the next night, and I've been basically sleeping and recovering all day from yesterday's session. And then in men's opens at 3 p.m., so the second meet of the day. Again, if I didn't say it at the start of the video, I can't really remember. I've got very bad brain fog from all the fatigue. I'm doing 2 meets in one day. I'm doing Nationals Juniors in the morning and Nationals Men's Opens in the afternoon. And yes, I'm doing that amongst a bodybuilding prep. Yes, it's stupid. I just love what I do. I love the sport. I love competing. I love the environment. I love the people. I like the challenge. I enjoy physically pushing myself. I enjoy pushing the envelope. I don't think anyone's ever done 2 powerlifting meets in one day, let alone 7 weeks out from a bodybuilding show. I think that is a world's first. Obviously, the 7 weeks is a bit specific, but you get the point. It's deep into a bodybuilding prep. I like the idea of being the first person to push that limit. Why not do 2 powerlifting meets in one day? There's no reason not to. It's hard, but just because it's hard is not a reason not to. Oh, but it's stupid because of injury and this and that. Dude, I could fall down the fucking stairs and tear my hamstring. There's a risk of injury with literally everything. I could slip down my front steps walking out of my front door in the rain and herniate a disc in my spine. I could crash my car and die on the way to the gym tomorrow. There is a risk with literally everything, whether you want there to be or not. I'm a very big believer that tomorrow is promised to no one. And again, I'm very frequently asked why I go for the amount of true 1RMs that I do on the frequency that I do, despite maybe it not being the best idea. And it's because if there's even the smallest shred of hope in my mind that I can hit something, I will try. You guys need to understand, I love everything about the gym. I love dieting. I complain when I diet. It's hard. I suffer, but I enjoy the suffering of it. I enjoy training. I enjoy training heavy. I enjoy failing lifts. I enjoy pushing myself, like I said before. But the point is, I hate holding back on myself. I like to push myself. And I hate the idea of, let's say that I pull a 6 3/4 plate deadlift and it moves really well, and I want to leave 7 in the tank. I did this a few weeks ago. It really fucked me up mentally. I pulled 6.5 plates. It moved like the bar. I didn't want to pull 7 because I thought I would rather know that 6.5 is moving fast, and I'll try 7 next week. I'll warm up a bit differently for it. I went next week, and the next week was a bad week for no reason at all. Ate properly, slept properly, well hydrated, just wasn't strong that day. It happens sometimes. That's how life is. And then I had the same thing the week after. I was a little fatigued going into the session because I did a heavy lift a few days prior. Missed 7 plates again. And all I could think about on those 2 occasions I failed it was probably there 2 weeks ago and you did not back yourself and go for it. And what would happen if I was going to die from some external cause and I never got to do that? I would be kicking myself. It would genuinely, the last thing that I would think about as I am bleeding out in a car crash would be, I just wish I tried those lifts. To me, I am so deep in the industry, and I've been so deep in it since I was 13. You do not understand. This is literally all that I do. It is all that I care about. I have other hobbies. I play video games. I watch anime. I read books. I do coaching for work, which I guess is still involved in the industry. I like arts. I like listening to music. I like watching movies. I think dinosaurs are really cool. Big fan of the Jurassic World franchise or Jurassic Park franchise. But the main thing that is literally in the back of my mind 24/7 is my performance in the gym. And it is something that I am so disgustingly passionate about. It's the only thing I want to do. And it's the only thing I want to be successful in. And I hate the idea of losing. Or not, losing's fine, but the thought of losing because I didn't give something my best is terrible. I can die not being the best in the world, the best powerlifter, or holding a record, or being the best bodybuilder, or doing an Olympia, or even having a pro card. But as long as I can die with peace of mind that I just wasn't good enough and it wasn't meant to be, but I did everything in my power, That's fine by me. But I cannot stand the thought of even fucking up one little thing or not trying one little thing. Could you imagine if, like, it happened yesterday, I walked out the 300 squat and I just didn't back myself. And all I've thought about since last night is, what if, I got into a car crash and I got paralyzed from the waist down? I could never squat again. And all I'm going to think about is, I should have tried that 300 squat. Because if I tried it and failed it, I just wasn't good enough and then I got paralyzed. That's unlucky. That's how life goes. You can't be upset over that. Well, you can be upset over that. It's an upsetting thing, but it's a lot easier to process and have closure with. But that is going to haunt me, and I need to put up 7 plates on a squat, a 300 kilo, 662 pound squat. That is going to haunt me for the rest of my life until I do it. And I will continually chase numbers. I'm going to do the same thing with 320 kilos, 340, 400. I want to go until I can't go anymore. And that's the plan for this meet. I'm just going to go balls out on both lifts. Originally, I spoke about maybe holding back on both and putting up decent numbers in both, but I'm going to go balls to the wall in juniors. It might be my last juniors meet. I don't know if I'll do another meet before the year ends. I might be too fucked after bodybuilding. I might rebound too aggressively and put on too much weight and jump up a weight class and not be strong enough yet because the strength adaptations take time. But I want to give it my all for juniors. And then, I don't want to just suck in men's and put up like a 6-plate squat. I want to give it my all in men's too. So the solution was just do better and be better and do great in both. So that's what I came to. So yeah, I gave those numbers for juniors, and then men's opens in the afternoon. If I can get like a 270 to 290 squat, a 200 to 210 bench, and then like a 280 to 300 deadlift, or even 310 deadlift, I will be completely happy. And I think both of those total over 800 kilograms. I'll probably be a little bit over 100 kilograms body weight, because I'm going to food and water fast to get my dot score as high as possible. Again, I give this all I have. I like being competitive with it. I like trying my best. And again, my goal is to be top 100 in all of human history for juniors, for that weight class, in all federations on all of Earth of all time. So it's not just a matter of winning the meet, it's a matter of where I place on that too, that I care very deeply about. And then obviously there'll be bodybuilding shortly after, but we'll focus more on that when it comes. I've had a lot of distractions recently, just in terms of my personal life and things that have impacted training and my nutrition and my sleep. And I've done a lot of reflecting, because for the better part of my life and the better majority of my life, I have spent what I can only call a regrettable amount of time changing myself to try and make other people happy, and doing things I don't want to do to try and make other people happy. And I've only started to, in more recent years, do things more for myself and do things that make me happy without a care for what anyone else thinks. I obviously was not very popular in high school, being an Australian teenager who would not drink or do drugs because he wanted to go to the gym the next day. And this was before TikTok. Nowadays, with you kids, you're not cool if you don't go to the gym. But back in the day, it was not cool to work out. I got made fun of a lot, and I've told these stories before. And I was very isolated growing up. I had my friends, but even then, I did not necessarily felt like I fit in. And guess what? A few years later, they all hated me for a multitude of reasons. The majority of which is I just wouldn't go out. I would go out to like lunches, people's houses, maybe go bowling, go watch a movie. I don't want to go to clubs. I don't want to go to bars. And there's nothing intrinsically wrong with those things. I have nothing against clubs and bars. It's just not what I want to do. What I want to do is perform in the gym and compete and be highly competitive and make a name for myself. So I'm gonna lay out some statements. I am entirely confident in my ability to take powerlifting world records. I am entirely confident in my ability to be a top-level IFBB pro bodybuilder. I do not doubt those things. I think I will deadlift 400 kilograms without a deadlift suit in the next year, by the end of 2026. I'm already at 310 kilograms. And now I've been deadlifting for 6 months. And I'm going to get really big and really strong after this show anyway. I don't doubt these things. And you can call it egotistical, and you can say I should be humble or I should be narcissistic, but I have a great degree of faith in myself and my ability, because I know how I function inside of my head. I don't share a lot of things in my head. Most people don't. Your thoughts are your thoughts, and you should probably keep them to yourself. But I am very competitive. I do not like losing. I genuinely have had nightmares since the last show that the next time I would step on a bodybuilding stage, I would be the same weight and size, if not worse off. It literally haunts me. So all of this prep and all of this last off-season for the last 2 years, despite all the fucked up shit that was happening in my life, that I won't go into detail in because it will end up being a 3-hour fucking video, I have given it my all with training and nutrition and everything else. And in the last year, probably, specifically, I guess since I started doing content again, it started to pay off. And I have a disgusting degree of momentum, and I do not think I am stoppable. As far as I'm concerned, there's plenty of people that are well ahead of me. There's plenty of people that I can't even see the level they are on. But I know I can get there. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't actually have that much of a plan because the gap between us is that big, but I'm confident I can get there. I look at them and my only thought is I can do that, if not do it better. So with that, you can call it narcissistic or egotistical all you want, but I just see myself as incredibly confident. I'm going to go into this nationals meet with literally every fiber of my being. I will not be holding back, both in terms of getting my weight down low and also performing the lifts on the day. And then I will be giving it every fiber of my being for this bodybuilding prep afterwards. And I will bring a level of conditioning that has not been seen in amateur bodybuilding in quite a long time, let alone as a junior, let alone with the amount of tissue I have as a junior. And I want to, back up these claims I'm making over the next few years with my performance in competition. And there's a possibility of me doing a strongman comp at the end of this year, after bodybuilding too. Because why not? I believe I can. I'm very strong. I am a strong man. Why wouldn't I? But with that, if you're keen to see all these things and you like this message, leave a little comment letting me know. If you don't like these things, leave a little comment letting me know. Again, I recognize there's plenty of people leagues ahead of me that I'm competing with. I do not care. I will get there. I am absolutely confident of that. Again, I've said this before, you have to be literally delusionally confident. I do not care. I will do it. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe. The next video will be maybe some peak week training. If not, me flying out and stuff. I'm going to vlog more on my phone. It's actually really easy, I think. Especially if you're going to go through an airport and film through there. That could be cool. I don't know. You let me know what you want to see. I don't know how I'm going to edit this. I don't know how I'm going to get it on my computer. I'll figure it out. If you want to support me, you don't have any money, you can subscribe. Coaching is actually going to be closed off by the time I post this. I will not be taking new clients till probably the end of the year, just because of the amount I have to travel over the next few months with competing and stuff. But you can still apply below and I will get back to you when I'm taking on new clients, or if someone drops out, I will reach out to you. If you want to use the supplements I use, Emerald Labs for my Aussies, and if you're American and you want to pay the shipping, you too. Otherwise, HTLT for Turk and everything else. I actually have my Turk Platinum, which just came in, which I'm taking before the prep. I'm taking 5 pills a day, and I actually forgot to take it this morning. I'm not going to take it because I'm going to head to bed soon. But code Matt with HTLT and Emerald Labs. If you like the hoodie that I was wearing when I started warming up and I'm wearing now, Anabolic Apparel, Zeus Drop, it's really nice. It's probably, the Anabolic Apparel clothing is some of the nicest stuff I own. It is amazing. If you want to use the lifting gear I use, hard body lifting gear, code Matt with them too. I'm going to be using all the belt, knee sleeves, wrist straps, lifting straps, all that kind of stuff. I use it in training and I will use it in comp too. And again, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. I hope the tangent wasn't too long or too boring or you didn't like it. I never know what's good and what's not to put in. But I'll see you guys in the next video, which is pretty much going to be Nationals peak week, if not Nationals itself, in maybe one big video. We will see. Goodbye.